Many developers would take a look at the site and think, oh, they maximized density. Well, what they did was they maximized lineal foot of street. Look at how many streets are not fronted at all or half fronted, meaning fronted on one side and then side yards on the other. This is massively wasteful, and that gives us an opportunity to come up with something, well, a little bit different. So when we look at the difference between the one neighborhood design and then this proposal, it's a night and day difference. Instead of looking down home sides or rears as you enter the neighborhood, you have again, like all of our planning, a Main Street approach. You could see by the tree line trails here how the pedestrian connectivity interconnects. We have the existing island that the main trail leads to in the existing waterway. And we've got the high school and elementary school you can see to the north and the play fields, and the trail also leading directly to the schools. Very little conflict with cars. And as we go by a more human eye level, we could see that main line, that trail, and how it becomes this visual element that really separates this neighborhood apart. And look, as we go along the arterial streets, homes are fronting; they're not rearing. What the original plan, they all reared. Now we've minimized that. We have a few, yes, but we have about half of them that would have been fronting, or I'm sorry, rearing the arterial street. And again, every time you exit the main street, we have a wide open space. We have pedestrian diffusers so that we're having one ways where there's a main trail crossing. And as we zip through this neighborhood, you could see, and this is the actual developers' home products that they build, that it's an exciting place to live. Imagine if the grid existed. Now, as far as density loss, well, there is none. So we have the same number of units, and where did all this space come from? How did we do that? Did we pull space out of our hat? Was it some sort of magic trick? Hell no. What it was we just simply reduce the street length, and we reduce it by a massive scale. And so not only does the cost of each home go down by several $1,000s, but the development goes up in value by several $1,000s. And it's all trying to think differently about the geometric pattern of development. So these initial studies, they often become the final plat. We try and do these extremely accurately. Everything we do is to land survey accuracy. We are an offshoot from an engineering surveying software company, which is why we have the technology that blows everybody else away. And again, all of this visualization in the 3D is just a byproduct of the normal workflow. So that's why we don't have to charge you, our customers, extra for this very valuable service. Because if the City Planning Commission took a look at that grid, they think, well, I guess someone would want to live there, but I guess it's price point. Well, it doesn't have to be price point anymore. We could cut the cost of housing, of land development, of the environmental impact, and have great places for people to live, but you've got to think differently. And that's what we do here at Rick Harrison Site Design.